Hey, thanks for joining us back with the Weekly Word. It seems like just last week, but it's been a few months ago actually, we did the Weekly Word on the spring flowers. And summer slipped on by pretty fast here. Now we're doing the fall flowers that are blooming. I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite fall flowers. Ironweed, goldenrod, and Joe Pye. We'll look at 2 of them and maybe another special one today, but I'm going to hold off till next week on the Joe Pye because I've got something really special I want to show you with my Joe Pye patch. Here's the first one. This is ironweed. It's a beautiful purple flower that blooms, and when you start to see the ironweed blooming, it's just like I watch it grow all summer long, all these flowers, and when it starts to bloom, I know that, hey, fall is just around the corner. My favorite time of the year anyway. So this is the ironweed, and I've got a big patch down here in the pasture that we'll check on it a little bit. I don't know if any of it's bloomed yet or not, but I mow around it all summer just to let that patch go. But I want to show you also, along with the ironweed, from the deep purple to the bright yellow goldenrods that are, just have to walk over the hill here. I saw some over here by the barn, and let's go check out the goldenrods. Hey, here we are at the goldenrods. Also, I don't know if it's my first or second or third fall flower that I like the best, because I like the ironweed, the Joe Pye, and the goldenrods, but I always watch the goldenrod too. In the evening, just as it's getting dark, it's almost like it's got a light bulb in this yellow that it's so bright. And I've really liked it since I was a teenager and I was bow hunting so much up on the North Fork of the Tellico River. And I remember there around camp where I'd park there'd be so much of this blooming when the archery season would open about the 3rd Saturday of September every year. And I don't know, from that point on, I always equated it with hunting season, I guess. So when I see it start blooming, used to, and I'd still bow hunted so much, it meant it was time to start getting the bow out and practicing hard every day, because before long, archery season would be here. But here it is, one of my favorite fall flowers, the goldenrod. Some people just consider it an obnoxious weed, I guess, but to me it's a beautiful fall flower. We're going to go right on up the road here a little bit, and I'm going to show you one more that's not of the 3 that I mentioned, but it's a sort of a unique thing, and I don't know, maybe it's a miracle flower. We're going to go look at it right up the road. Hey, this is not really a fall flower normally. These always bloom in June up here on Star Mountain, but this one I just saw it just the other day, and I don't know why it's so late. I'm not even sure what it is. Normally we have Carolina lilies bloom up here. Maybe this is one of them, but it's just growing out of a rock bank here, and it's some kind of pretty lily. We get a close-up of it here in a minute, and maybe you can identify it and tell me and confirm or not if that's a Carolina or not. But I don't know, I love the flowers all seasons. We may even do one on the late fall or early winter wildflowers, since we've done spring and summer now. Jesus was looking at the flowers one day, and he pointed out to the folks that was around him how beautiful the flowers was, and he said, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed as one of these. And you think about that, and Solomon was the richest man in the world in his day, old King Solomon. You can imagine how he must have dressed and been all decked out. And Jesus said, but he wasn't as decked out as these flowers that God has made. And he said, consider the lilies. That's what we're doing right now. We're considering the lilies. But Jesus goes on in the Gospels there to make the point. If God takes care of the flowers of the field like this, you can rest assured that God will take care of you too, if you put your trust in him. And that's where we get in trouble, when we don't allow Christ to be Lord of our lives. If you allow Christ to be Lord of your lives, you'll find that peace that is there in the midst of the storms even.
But when we get in trouble is when we decide that we're going to be Lord of our own lives, and we know better than the Bible, and we know better than God and everything else. Then you're asking for to crash and burn. But place your trust in the Lord, and you'll find godliness, peace, and contentment. And that's what folks are really looking for anyway. We'll see you next week on the Weekly Word. We'll find something else. We're going to talk about Joe Pye next week.